Hello, I hope you're well, and today I'm going to be showing you my reading bullet journaling setup for April. This time I'm going to be using my Antiquarian sticker book yet again, and this is actually the second time that I'm using it for my bullet journal, and I actually really enjoyed it the first time, so I figured that it would be just as much fun to use it again. And I started things off by picking out the stickers that I would be using. Just to start, I would pick out more stickers later, but these are the ones that I'm going to be using for the title page and for the first few pages of my setup. So I'm going for an animal theme this month, just because, I don't know, April kind of felt like the beginning of spring and it felt like a very appropriate time for an animal theme, and also I found this rabbit egg sticker thing that just worked so perfectly for April, and it kind of gave me the idea. I'm also going to be using a lot of craft paper for this setup, and in general it's going to have a lot of neutral brown tones. And I went for this color scheme because I thought that it just worked so perfectly with the mostly neutral colored animal stickers, and I just thought that it went with the more vintage feel of the stickers as well. And finally, it definitely helped to give my spreads a more scrapbooky feel, which I also thought went very well with this particular theme. So I'm starting off this spread by using the craft paper as a base for my title, or the name of the month in this case. And like I often do, I'm using a stencil for this part of the setup because, well, my writing is not that great and this is just the one part of my spreads where I want it to be as perfect as possible, and a stencil definitely helps me to achieve that. I will be doing the rest of the writing by hand, so, you know, you'll see. And I'm writing the name of the month in white because I really like how white looks over the brown craft paper. It's definitely less dramatic than black, but it does give it a more sort of airy, lighter feel while still giving it the vintage look that I was going for. And right below my title is where I decided to put the rabbit sticker that started it all. And I also wanted to add a little bit of washi tape to the bottom of the spread, which I actually do really often. And this time I found this animal washi tape somewhere in my stash, and I thought that, well, it just went so perfectly with the animal theme. It's funny, but I actually completely forgot I had this, and at some point I was lying in bed and I was thinking about filming this particular setup tomorrow, and then I suddenly remembered. So I actually had to get up out of bed and grab the washi tape and put it on top of my journal just so that I wouldn't forget about it the next day. Anyways, to decorate the spread a little bit more, I also added some gold washi tape to add that little bit of sparkle, and these are pretty much the two washi tapes that I will be using for most of the rest of this setup, so you're going to be seeing them a lot. To decorate the rest of the spread, I used this piece of a map scrapbooking paper that has a very vintage feel to it as well, and I think that it fit very nicely with the rest of the theme because, well, it goes with the color scheme and it does have a very vintage feel too. I also used craft paper for the heading of my first spread, which is first lines, and that's pretty much where I'm going to be writing the first lines from all of the books that I will be reading this month. Of course, I had to add some more animal stickers to fill in some of the empty spaces and to decorate the spread a little bit more. And I also added a quote to the bottom left corner on another piece of scrapbooking paper and a matching color scheme. And this particular quote says, "April is a promise that May is bound to keep." And I thought that that was very appropriate because April is the very beginning of spring, and here in particular, April still tends to be pretty cold. I mean, some of the snow melts sometimes, but you also get more snow every once in a while. But May is usually when it really starts to warm up, just a little, and you really start to feel that it's truly spring. And my final touches for the spread were a little piece of black and gold washi tape and a few circle stickers in a neutral color scheme, just to add a little bit of extra, I don't know, drama to the spread and fill in a few of the spaces that seemed a little empty. Next spread, I'm starting off with some more craft paper and some more of that same brown scrapbooking paper, and I will be using those for the headings. Of course, I also added some more animal stickers, and in this case I added 2 to the left spread. These spreads are my TBR, which is my to be read for the month of April, and my books read as well for the month of April, of course. And I also wanted to add some animals to the right side of the spread, which I did in the form of a little piece of my animal washi tape. And the rest of the spread I decorated with yet more washi tape, and I added a few pieces around the headings and a piece at the bottom, just to give the spread a little bit of extra, I don't know. I can't really say drama because the piece at the bottom is so neutral, but I just felt like it was missing something, so I wanted to add it there. And my next spread is my favorite quotes of the month spread. So this is where I'm going to be writing some of my favorite quotes from the books that I read in April. And you've probably noticed by now that I did misspell quotes. I don't know why, I just tend to make so many mistakes when lettering. This is just how my brain works. I will go back and fix it later. And I decorated the spread in a really simple way. I pretty much just underlined the heading in that wide roll of animal washi tape, and I added a little bit of gold on top of that and another strip of gold washi tape to the bottom of the spread to add a little bit more sparkle. And that was pretty much it. It's really simple, but I still actually really like how this came out. The next spread, I'm starting off with my monthly stats section, which is part of my monthly review section, which is where I pretty much review what kind of things I've been reading that month. And this time I used more craft paper as the background for that part, and I used 2 cute little animal stickers to decorate it a little bit. The right half of my spread is my favorite book of the month, and you can see that here again I'm writing my heading on a piece of craft paper, except this time I'm using both white and black, just because I thought that it would make it a little bit more fun and provide a little bit of contrast. And this is a spread where I write some notes on my favorite book of the month and where I write a mini review for it. And to make my spread a little bit more interesting and to give a little bit more, I don't know, variety, I decided to write the left heading on that same scrapbooking paper that I've been using. And I'm also writing it in gold, again, just to make it a little bit different. Of course, my first step to decorate the spread more was to add more animal stickers, and this time I added two, one really small one to the top right corner and a slightly bigger one on the left spread. Is it just me, or are these just so cute? I mean, I really love animals, so I knew that I was going to enjoy this particular setup, and maybe that makes me biased, but I don't know. Do you think these stickers are cute? Of course, I had to add some more washi tape to decorate the spread further, and I went for a little piece of neutral washi tape to the right and some more of that sparkly black and gold washi tape. And my final touch for the spread were some more of these neutral circle stickers. I'm actually really close to running out of these because I've been using them so often, and I did order more, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out before they arrive. I guess I'll just have to get used to not having them to fall back on anymore, which will be kind of interesting because I have been using them so often, but it's strange, they're fairly new and already they've become such a big part of my journaling. This time I started my spread with some stickers instead of the heading, and I used these two matching squirrel stickers on both sides of my spread. I then used craft paper as a backing for my heading, which I also wrote in white, and this particular spread is my good things spread, so where I'm going to be writing some of the good things that I've been noticing in the books that I read in April. And to decorate the spread a little bit more, I didn't want to use the animal washi tape because I just didn't think that it went with the very, very brown color scheme of this particular spread, so I used my black and gold washi tape, my neutral brown washi tape, and a little bit of my gold washi tape at the bottom of the spread to make the spread a little bit more interesting. And yet again, my final touch for the spread was some more of those circle stickers in the neutral colors, just to decorate the heading a little bit more. I started off the spread by adding some washi tape to both sides as a sort of border, and this time I'm using my super wide animal washi tape and a little bit of that thin gold washi tape just to add a little bit more sparkle. Plus, I really liked that the gold washi tape actually helped to section off the animal washi tape from the rest of the spread and give it a more structured border-like look, because the animal washi tape actually has a white background, so it sort of looked like it was floating, and the gold washi tape really helped to give it that border look that I was going for. And the next step was my heading, which I wrote on the same scrapbooking paper that I've been using for some of the other headings in my spreads, and this time I wrote it in gold. And this is my bad things spread, so just like my good things spread, here I'm going to be writing some of the bad things that I might notice in the books that I will be reading in April. And surprise, surprise, the final touch for this spread was some more neutral circle stickers around the heading. And for my final spread, I layered some scrapbooking paper and craft paper for the heading, which you will see me complete in a little bit, and I also added a little bunny sticker to the corner where there's a little bit of empty space, just to fill that in and decorate it a little bit more. And for the bottom right corner, I actually went back to the same map scrapbooking paper that I used for my title page, and I layered that with some more of that brown scrapbooking paper to give it a sort of scrapbook feel and to match the heading. And speaking of the heading, it is actually characters. So this is the spread where I'm going to be making notes on any memorable characters from the books that I will read in April. And you'll notice that here I make yet another mistake. It's not a spelling error, which is kind of shocking because, as I mentioned, I tend to do a lot of those when lettering. But this time I kind of stretched the heading a little bit too far, and I didn't have enough space for it on the piece of scrapbooking paper that I wanted to use as a background. So I decided, instead of leaving it, because I just didn't like the look, that I would add another little piece of scrapbooking paper on top and to the side so that it would give me enough space to actually write the heading. And the last things I did to decorate this spread were to add another piece of washi tape, just to add a little bit more sparkle, another animal sticker, and of course some more neutral circle stickers. And last but not least, let's do a flip through of all of the spreads that I've been setting up in this video. Let me know, of course, if you have a favorite spread and if you generally liked this setup and this video. My favorite spread is probably the title page, again, just because I like when things are kind of full and busy and have a lot going on, but I actually really like all of the spreads in this setup. It probably has a lot to do with the fact that I thought that the animal stickers were super cute and I really love animals, but it might have a little bit to do with the fact that I actually really like how all of the spreads came out in general. It's probably mostly the animal thing though. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!